Meridian, and welcome to Business Buzz. My name is Sean Evans, and you're joining us for our new social media program where we interview chamber members in a virtual space. Business Buzz asks for about 10-15 minutes of your day each episode to introduce you to a chamber member and their business. These webcasts are meant to be informative, casual, and a little fun. By no means am I any Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, or Stephen Colbert, but we're going to have a little fun in interviewing new businesses, existing chamber members, and learning a little bit more about their business and what makes them passionate about opening their doors each day. Sometimes the story behind why they started the business is the real inspiration. So about the time that you're going for that third or fourth cup of coffee in the morning, take a break and join us to learn a little bit about another great business located right here in Meridian. Joining us today for today's episode of Business Buzz is Kimberly Langford. Hi, Kimberly.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, great. Thank you for joining us on Business Buzz.
I think you're every bit as fabulous as Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, thank you. Kimberly recently moved to Meridian from Sandpoint, Idaho. She joined the chamber right away and was excited to share her business, Reiki Wellness and Coaching, with us. Kimberly, can you first share with us why you decided to make the move to our lovely community of Meridian?
Well, I typically really like my husband. So, and his job has been trying to get him down here for a long time. So, I chose to follow him, and it's beautiful. I haven't been down here for when I was a little girl. I lived down here, so it's grown a lot since then.
Well, that's great. There's lots of beautiful places in Idaho. Sandpoint is definitely one of those beautiful areas, and Meridian has its great aspects too. We're glad you joined us here in our fine community. Can you tell us a little bit about your services and what you provide? What is Reiki? I mean, I heard a little bit about it. I've done a little research after meeting you, but tell us a little bit about what Reiki is and what services you provide.
Well, Reiki actually is centuries old. It originates from Japan. It's centuries old energy medicine. And my journey with Reiki began, almost 15 years ago. And back then, I didn't understand it. But it's to this day, Sean, I can't really explain to you how it works, but I can show you if you want. I can give you a little demonstration and it might make a little more sense. So all of us have chi, or life force energy. It flows. You can actually see it like on a CT scan, a before and after an energy treatment, which totally still blows my mind. But a lot of times what I'll use to demonstrate, kind of get to help people understand what Reiki is or what chi is, I'll use a pendulum, and a pendulum can pick up chi. And just to kind of show you what that looks like, I have a living plant here. So this little beauty is in my office. And if I hold the pendulum over this beautiful plant, you'll see that it will start to move in a circular pattern. So a pendulum will pick up that life force energy, flows through all living things. So here I have another plant. This is a fake plant. I still like it. It still gives me joy. It's beautiful, but it's not, it's plastic. And you can kind of see here what the pendulum does when we hold it over a non-living thing. Doesn't really do anything. It's kind of crazy. So a lot of times I would use this, and you come see me. I'll let you play with it. And it leaves you going, what the heck is that? Right? So chi flows through different meridians in the body, and you'll see we have 7 major energy centers. That's what all those colors are, representing the different chakras, which are energy centers. And when chi flows freely, it nourishes all those energy centers appropriately. But sometimes different things can cause blockages in that energy flow. And when we have blockages, then those chakras, that they can't feed those organs and those systems that they supply with energy properly. And so oftentimes what happens when we have a blockage, it will manifest itself eventually in some kind of symptomology, a disease process or an ailment or an ache or a pain or whatever. And so the aim of Reiki then is to channel that universal life force energy through the practitioner and to the client for their greatest and highest good. Most people will describe it as very relaxing. You'll often describe feeling the practitioner's hands get really hot during a treatment. Some people tell me they feel this buzzing kind of feeling or floating feeling, very relaxing, very nourishing for the body.
Kimberly, the popularity of alternative therapies has been growing. What are some of the conditions or things that Reiki's used to help with, or that you can help facilitate the treatments for?
So, well, I'll tell you quite honestly, my journey with Reiki began just because I wanted to help my family. I had at the time when I started practicing, when I became attuned to Reiki, I started using it because I had family members who suffered with depression, PTSD, ADHD. That's not like an FDA approved treatment per se for those kinds of things, but just about anything that affects the body or the mind, the emotions, Reiki can be really helpful. Especially, I find what's really great among all those other things is to help to relieve blockages related to traumas. Talk therapy is great. I strongly encourage people to seek counseling. Some things are really traumatic and we don't want to relive those things. Reiki can be really helpful for. As a matter of fact, Sean, all across the world, you'll find major hospitals and healing centers, medical centers. Some hospitals actually offer Reiki workshops where they teach Reiki for their patients. Nurses and doctors often use Reiki as an adjunct to therapy to help with just all kinds of things.
Kimberly, can you describe what happens in a Reiki session that you have with one of your clients?
Absolutely. So I tend to incorporate a few things in my practice based on what a client needs. You'll come and you'll have you remain fully clothed, so it's not like a massage. You don't have to disrobe. You come and you get comfortable on my table. And the first thing that we'll do is we'll talk a little bit about your situation. So as a registered nurse, I'm not practicing on people as a registered nurse, but I do bring that education with me and a health coaching kind of fashion. So I ask a lot of questions. We go through Reiki. I'll go through your chakras and we'll be able to see, how your chakras are doing, if you have any blockages. And then we'll do a body scan, which is where the hands hover over the body. And we can pick up on just different areas that need attention. Sometimes I will employ Tibetan healing bowls. You'll see there. They're beautiful. My favorite bowl is over 400 years old. And the nice thing about the healing bowls is that the sound waves of a Tibetan healing bowl, they're hand hammered. They come from Nepal. They're made of 7 different precious metals. And so sometimes I might find an area, a chakra that maybe needs more attention. Sometimes I will employ the healing bowls in addition to my Reiki practice. The sound waves and the vibrations, very calming and soothing, but it also can help that energy penetrate even deeper. They're fabulous. And then, like I said, most people will fall asleep on the table. A full session will usually last anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and 20 minutes sometimes. So based on what the client needs. It's very customized to each person's needs and situation.
Kimberly, how does someone contact you to schedule a session?
So I'm on Dow Cloud. Matter of fact, if our members are interested in alternative healing methods, alternative therapies, supportive complementary therapies, Dow Cloud is a great resource. It's DAO Cloud, Dow Cloud. You can also find me at reikiandcoaching.com. And the best way to make sure that you get scheduled is just to give me a buzz or a text. Say, hey, I want to come in and have a session and try this Reiki thing out. If you haven't tried Reiki before, I have some great specials just so you can kind of get a feel for that.
Well, Kimberly, I'm going to take you up on that. I've tried acupuncture and some other alternative therapies, but this definitely sounds like something I need to try. So thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today on Business Buzz. We appreciate you joining the chamber, and be sure and support our newest chamber member, Reiki Wellness and Coaching.
All right.
Thank you. Thanks. Please join us Thursday as we introduce you to a new chamber member, Dry Development and Investments. In the meantime, please do your part and keep Meridian healthy and open for business. Thank you.